weird.
I hit play.
Hi there, I'm Renee Hobbs, and I'm going to be reading to you one of my favorite children's books. It's called The Signmaker's Assistant. I read this book to my children when they were young, and I've been reading it to generations of students and librarians for over 10 years. One of the reasons why I've chosen to read it to you is because I think this book has an important lesson for all of us as both consumers and producers of media messages. Let's start. The Signmaker's Assistant by Ted Arnold. The Signmaker's Assistant by Ted Arnold. Everyone in town agreed the Signmaker did the best and finest work for miles around. Under his brush, ordinary letters became beautiful words, words of wisdom, words of warning, and words that simply said which door to use. See how we see the Signmaker, and he's painting a good food billboard. Sometimes I see billboards on the highway when I'm driving. A Signmaker has to use a ladder to climb all the way up to the top when he's painting a billboard. When he painted stop, people stopped because the sign looked so important. When he painted please keep off the grass, they kept off the grass because the sign was polite and sensible. When he painted good food, they just naturally became hungry. People thanked the Signmaker and paid him well. But the kind old man never failed to say, I couldn't have done it without Norman's help. Who do you think Norman is? That's right, the little boy, the Signmaker's assistant. Norman was the Signmaker's assistant. Norman was the Signmaker's assistant. Every day after school, he cut wood, mixed colors, and painted simple signs. Soon I will have a shop of my own, Norman said. Perhaps, said the Signmaker, but not before you clean those brushes. See the picture there? Look at all the brushes that need to be cleaned. How many brushes do you think there are? 10? 20? Maybe more. One day after his work was done, Norman stood at a window over the sign shop and watched people. They stopped at the stop sign. They entered at the enter sign. They ate under the good food sign. Said Norman. They do whatever the signs say. Norman thought to himself. I wonder. He crept into the shop while the Signmaker napped. With brush and board, he painted a sign of his own. Look. No school today. Oh my goodness. Early the next morning, he put up the sign and then he ran back to his window. No school, muttered the principal. How could I forget such a thing? No one informed me, said the teacher. Hooray, said the children, and everyone went home. This is great, said Norman. He looked around town for another idea. Oh, he said, at last, there's something I've always wanted to do. Look. Oh my gosh, he's jumping off of a fountain, and it says here, open for swimming. The following day, Norman jumped from the top of the fountain in the park. As he swam, he thought to himself, I can do lots of things with signs. Ideas filled his head. Well, that afternoon when Norman went to work, the Signmaker said, I have to drive to town the next morning and paint a sign on a storefront. I'll return tomorrow evening, so please lock up the shop tonight. As soon as the sign maker was gone on his trip, Norman started making signs. He painted for hours and hours and hours. Do you see? He's working hard to paint. In the morning, people discovered new signs all around town, like this one that says, "Bank closed. Deposit money here. Eat your hat." And you see there's a bite and it's taken out of the hat. And toy shop, and it says, "Buy Norman a present." Uh-oh. Norman's making crazy signs. Look at this one. What's happening here? Can you see? People from all over town are buying Norman a present. Look at this one. It says, "Go back 3 spaces." And the little old lady on the sidewalk, she doesn't know what to do. Maybe she's going to go back 3 spaces. Or how about this one? It says, "Stop, ants crossing." And look really carefully here. Do you see? I see the tiny ants. Even the ants are following the sign's instructions and crossing here. Yikes. Uh-oh. Look at this. The sign says, "Knock heads here." Oh no. Some people are getting hurt as they knock heads here. And look at this one. Instead of grocery store, the sign says, what does it say? Garbage dump. Oh no, people are throwing garbage all over the front of the grocery store. And look at this, detour. And the cars are going right through the house. Oh no, the cars are going right through the house. And oh, even the mother is in the rocking chair is the boy is jumping out the window. Oh no, even the cat is running away. That's crazy. Norman watched it all and he laughed until tears came to his eyes. But soon he saw people becoming angry. "The sign maker is playing tricks," they shouted. "He's made fools of us." The teacher tore down the no school sign. Suddenly, people were tearing down all the signs, not just the ones Norman painted, but all the signs that the sign maker had ever painted. And then the real trouble started. Without signs, shoppers became confused. Without stop signs, drivers didn't know when to stop. Without street signs, firemen became lost. Do you see the firemen? They're looking at their map, but they don't have any street signs, so they can't see the fire. Where is the fire, children? Where is the fire? Oh, I see it. It's up there. There's the smoke. The firemen are in the wrong place. Oh, that's terrible. In the evening, when the sign maker returned, when the sign maker returned from his work in the next town, he knew nothing of Norman's tricks. An angry crowd of people met him at the back door of his shop and chased him into the woods. Oh no. As Norman watched, he suddenly realized that without signs and without the sign maker, the town was in danger. "It's all my fault," Norman said. Oh no, you can see he looks worried, doesn't he? Late that night, the sign maker returned and saw a light on. Norman was feverishly painting. While the town slept and the sign maker watched, Norman put up stop signs, shop signs, street signs, danger signs, welcome signs. In and out signs, large and small signs, new and beautiful signs. He returned all his presents and cleared away the garbage at the grocery store. It was morning when he finished putting up his last sign for all the town to see. Can you read what his sign says? It says, "Don't blame the sign maker. I tricked you and I'm sorry." Oh. Then Norman packed his things and began to leave. But as he turned to go, he discovered the sign maker and the townspeople at the door. "I know you're angry with what I've done," said Norman, "so I'm leaving." "Oh, we were angry with you," said the school principal, "but we were also fools for obeying those signs without thinking." "You told us you were sorry," said the sign maker, "and you fixed your mistakes. So stay and work hard. One day this shop will be yours." "Perhaps," said Norman, hugging the old man, "but not before I finish cleaning those brushes." So The Sign Maker's Assistant by Ted Arnold tells us a little bit about the social responsibilities of the people who create signs. They have an incredibly important role in our society. But the book also tells us about the responsibilities of the sign readers, that we have to be critical readers and ask critical questions about all the media signs in our environment. And so now you know why I've chosen to read The Sign Maker's Assistant by Ted Arnold. I think it's perhaps the very best media literacy children's book ever written. And so I continue to treasure it to this day. All right, thanks very much for enjoying my read aloud, and I'll see you next time. All right,